In this week's video, there's a lot of pulling off tape, pulling off more tape, oh, and getting things out of shot. Hello there, my name is Aaron and I like to kit bash things out of old toys and model kits. A while ago I spotted this picture from an Instagrammer called Emerson Tung. He brought a book out called Tankhead, available on Amazon, go check it out. Now he's had the free publicity, I expect a signed copy whiz into my door any day now. I'm just kidding, really. Anyway, that picture caught my eye. The YAMATO class Great Carrier Shinano. And apologies if I butchered that pronunciation. I feel the book is being prized back out of the post box right now. Anyhow, I love the picture and wanted to see if I could have a crack at bringing it to life. So let's start scratching that build. To start, I needed legs and arms for this build. I searched Amazon and snatched Zorg from Toy Story for under 10 yo-yos. Bargain, because I'm going Hannibal Lecter on you shortly. Without wasting any time, I brought out the heavy equipment that would free the arms and legs from Zorg's body. Anybody squeamish? Turn away now. With the legs free, it was time to do something I've not really done on this channel, and that is follow instructions. And by that I mean it was time to be a grown-up and build an actual model. Now my keen-eyed viewers will notice that this model kit isn't an actual aircraft carrier. I'm actually using a fishing trawler model kit simply because, since this is my first crack at this, I want to work out where I went wrong and how to rectify that on the second one that I'll probably build next year sometime. But for now, I'm just going to use this kit because it was just the right size for the legs and arms and whatever else I'm going to throw onto it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to study these instructions, and that means following it step by step. Yikes. A viewer asked a few videos ago if I could say what stuff I use. I usually don't, as I'm not sponsored by any of them, but since you asked so nicely, I will, just for you. Instead of using the super glue, I'm using Tamiya extra thin cement, but I do drift off into using the super glue, which I bought from B&Q. Now my American viewers don't have that company over there, I do believe. It's just a thick super glue that I like using and comes with a spray activator so it can stick really fast. Since this is my first time making a model boat, I have gaps, and to fix those I'm using some white modelling putty that once dry I can sand down using one of the other half's nail files. Let's not tell her, she's still not wise. This wouldn't be a Terrain by Aaron video without boo-boos, and this is my first boo-boo. I should have attached the rudder to the boat before gluing both halves. And that is the second boo-boo. I also forgot to fix the propeller onto the boat as well. I weave a little magic and a clever video editing and a little tompokery to get both glued to the boat ASAP. Phew, page 1 done, and I'm more stressed than when I made my very first YouTube video, which is a clever segue into saying, if you liked the video so far, please consider liking, subscribing and all that other YouTubery nonsense. Got to admit, page 2 is now making my bum twitch, but let's plow on. I cut off various bits and pieces and glue them onto the boat as instructed. And while that runs in the background, I want to give a few mentions to my very awesome subscribers who leave tips, funny comments on my videos. Keep them coming. As you know, I reply to all of you. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you to Spidermath, who's a channel member. The tab for that is, if you want to join, is on my home screen under membership. If you don't, totally cool. If you do, it just helps me buy all this stuff quicker. With the boat finally finished, it was time to add a little spice, and I don't mean the Spice Girls. Because this design is under the header tank head, I'm going to put the top of the tank onto the ship. I'm going to use some pipe that stretches. It's one of those fidget. Oh damn it! It's one of those fidget toys that you can get from the Euro shop, pound shop, dollar store. I'm just going to stick the tank on top, and kind of looks small. Okay, look, I'm going to go with it for now, and then get everything else put together, and then we'll come back and readdress that bit at the top. So that means just adding the little bits and pieces that came with the boat. Quick montage. So Houston, we have a problem. While I was snipping pieces off sprues, my monkey hand bashed into my mug of tea and spilt it all over the destructions. Yep, there we go. So while that dries, I'll just guess glue bits onto the ship. And with a quick video edit, my ship is done. Ta-da! Still not happy with the tank bit, but we move on to the next phase, which is adding the legs and arms. Oh, and by the way, you best be impressed because I even put the rigging on to the things that was supposed to be rigged. So there. To make it look more aircraft carrier and less fish trawler, I believe I still have some leftover bits from a previous project. And while I hunt for that stuff, I've got to work out how to put these legs to the boat and take off the arms from Zorg. But right now, it's code word time! Now, it's apparent a lot of you are skipping the video and missing a code word when leaving a comment. Leave the code word before the comment so I know how far you watched before going to the glamour shots. It's all I ask. I put a lot of time into these videos, even if it doesn't look like it, and it helps the channel. So the code word is Cucumber Peach. Please also like and subscribe. Thank you. And you'll also notice the ship now has legs. Hang on, I'll zoom out a little. There we go. I spent a lot of time thinking about how I'd cut plastic from the hull of the boat to make the waist fit. Then I realised, I then realised I'll just use milliput instead, just to stick it to the boat. So I'm just going to mark out where it needs to go and then find some milliput from somewhere. That was a terrible intro to milliput. Hang on, do it again. There we go, that's better. Milliput. Now milliput is two halves of the same thing. Well, one's a hardener and the other one is something else. So you just get two equal parts. I'm wearing gloves because this stuff is really sticky. And yeah, guess who bought the wrong size gloves? Yeah, I did. Yeah, because I didn't wear my glasses while I was ordering this stuff and the milliput from Amazon. There we go. So anyway, just mash it all together, get it to the same sort of colour, and then don't do what I'm going to do next, which is just squish it on the waist and then squish the hull on top of the milliput. Like I said, don't do this at home, kids, but this is how I did it. Just going to gently get it in. Oh, here we go. This is where everything goes Pete Tong. Pete Tong is rhyming slang for wrong. Yeah, anyway, so I'm wrestling with it, but it seems to work, so I'm just going to leave that now for 24 hours to let it set, and then probably go over it with some super glue or something just to make sure it's going to stick to the bloody boat. The next day, and everything seemed fine and had set, so I was confident enough in making holes in the boat for Zorg's arms to fit. Isn't anybody else amazed that this thing is actually stood unaided? Referring to the picture, I realised I needed shoulder pads, so salvaged those from Zorg's body, and with a little nip and tuck, attached them to the boat. I then added some bits and pieces from some random kit. I think it was a tank kit. I think it could have been the same tank kit that I used with the tank head. So I just cut bits out and stuck onto the boat. I also found the bits left over from the aircraft carrier that I made a few builds ago and added that to make it more look like an aircraft carrier boat. Time to address that. I didn't like it, so it had to go. This is probably where I would love a 3D printer to make my own sort of design heads and stuff like that. Unfortunately I didn't, so I just kitbashed Zorg's head from the toy that I took apart. That head looks more in scale with the actual boat arms and legs. I'll do a little Tom Pokery on the head design just to try and change it a little bit. And because the tank piece was feeling left out, I glued it onto the boat. So that's it for the build. That's how it looks. It's on the turntable, so it's going to get spinny. Hang on, I'm just going to adjust the arm a little bit. There we go, the arms still move. Give it a little spinny spin, and then when it unspins, it'll be sprayed grey, I suppose. Aha, tricked you. I have some of these. These are the little planes that came with the aircraft carrier, still had lots left over. So what I did was I just moved some of the wings to make them look more sort of like, I don't know, space shuttle-y sort of stuff. So I'm just going to spray them same time as I did the boat. And there it is. All sprayed a flat grey. And, what? Is that a cat hair? I don't know. So just going to start painting now. And I'm going to be using Vallejo airbrush paints. That's all I'm going to be using. And there is Anger, the airbrush, because it makes me angry because it never works properly. Also did a lot of masking on this just to well, you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just painting the hull red. That took about 3 coats in total. While the hull dries, I'm just going to use what's left in the airbrush just to do some bits and pieces of little detailing with a paintbrush. Don't ask me where the paintbrush came from. It was cheap and cheerful from Amazon. They look really cool, and they are pretty cool. But when I keep washing them after using them, I've noticed that the bristles keep coming off. So not too good. Always, I'll probably buy expensive next time. Anyway, back to the airbrushing. Some more airbrushing action. Squeaky bum time to see if the masking tape had worked, and oh my word, I've got a straight line. I am a genius, because usually this sort of stuff doesn't work for me. Anyway, once all that gets peeled off, I have to reapply some more tape because I want a white line above the red hull. Yeah, I know, sucker for punishment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Terebe Aaron doesn't advocate drinking vast amounts, but I needed a glass of wine because of all the masking that I had to do on this, and I just needed something just to, well, look there, look, it took a while. In fact, it took an awful long time just because I needed it to get straight, and because a ship is slightly bowed by the side. Yeah, I'll take another drink. It was a nightmare to try and get this masking tape to just be straight. Anyway, I did it, and I'm now painting the white line on the boat. And once that was dry, it was moment of truth, and well, deep sigh of relief. I've actually got that one right as well. So yeah, there's the white line above the red. Yeah, just pat myself on the back there and have another glass of wine, I think. It was at this point I realised I may have done this all backwards because I needed to paint the top half of the ship, which meant even more masking yet again. But look, everything worked out in the end. I'm just trying to work out something with the head, but I can't quite work out what's wrong with the head, so I'm just going to pull the head off before I do anything else, and just use some EVA foam just to make the head a little bit different. So what I did was took the head off, snipped some stuff off, did a little research with the reference photo, and just changed it a little bit, and then reapplied it onto the boat. And then it was time to paint the top part. Nothing too fancy, it was just like an olive green colour that I just painted the top, and then used various weathering powders from I think it was Vallejo again, just to do all that, and that was how I made this YAMATO carrier class Shinano tankhead. I think I've had one too many glasses of wine. Anyway, just then hit it with weathering powders, like I said, and let's go to the glamour shots because we're well over 15 minutes. So all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, all that YouTubery stuff. Don't forget to leave a comment. I love the comments coming in. And until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, what a pro! Spilt my paint, but not my wine. Oh yeah.